On graduation day, my family threw a massive party for my brother who dropped out, while I sat home alone with my diploma. Later, Dad called just to say, "Sure, you got a degree, but you're still a failure and disappointment in my eyes." I just said, "Thanks for finally saying it out loud." That was 5 years ago. Yesterday, I executed a plan that changed everything. They've sent 15 texts begging, "Please answer, we're sorry." "Don't you dare walk out that door, Ethan," my father roared, his voice cracking like glass under pressure. The kitchen smelled of burnt coffee, half-empty glasses lined the counter, and my sister Lyra was gripping her wine glass so tight I thought it might shatter. "You think you're better than us?" my brother Jace sneered, his fist slamming the table. "Always watching, always judging. You're nothing without us." I stayed seated, hands folded, the wood under my palms trembling with each slam. Then Mom whispered, barely audible, "Ethan, just admit it. Admit you ruined us. My name is Ethan Vale, 27 years old. The quiet one. The one who never shouted back. For years I kept my mouth shut, absorbing their chaos, their blame, their endless disappointments hurled my way. Bitterness tastes like copper on the tongue. And silence? Silence is a knife if you hold it long enough. What they didn't know, what I'd never said out loud, was that I've carried a truth heavier than any of their accusations. And tonight, it was time. Family members introduced. Father, Rowan Vale, mid-50s, sharp suit, sharper tongue. He dismisses me with a flick of his hand like I'm lint on his jacket. Mother, Grace Vale. Quiet sobs, mascara streaks. The kind who hides her strength until it's too late. Brother, Jace Vale, 25, dropout, golden boy despite never earning it. Always defended, always excused. Sister, Lyra Vale, 22, restless, bitter, with a cruel laugh that cuts deep. "You've always been jealous," Lyra spat. Rowan sneered. "He's not jealous, Lyra. He's pathetic." Grace's silence said more than her words. She was hiding something. Rowan leaned across the table, veins bulging. "The deed goes to Jace. He'll handle the house. That's final." My chest tightened. The same house I worked double shifts for? The one I paid the mortgage on? While he was out blowing money on liquor and pills? Jace smirked, leaning back like a king. "You're exaggerating again, Ethan. Dad knows who deserves it." "Deserves?" I let out a bitter laugh. "That word has been your shield since childhood. Deserves. What exactly did you ever earn?" Lyra chuckled, voice sharp as glass. "Don't act like you're a saint. We all know you hide things too." Then she slipped, words tumbling out before she could stop them. "Don't act like you didn't know the money wasn't his to spend." The room froze, forks clattered, even Rowan's mouth snapped shut. "What did you just say?" I whispered. "Say it," I told Lyra, my voice steady, but my eyes burning. Her fingers twitched around her glass. "No! You're lying!" Rowan barked, but even he couldn't mask the shake in his tone. I leaned back, calm as a loaded gun. "Go on, Lyra. Spit it out. Tell them what you told me in whispers when you were drunk last summer." Jace slammed his fist on the table so hard the plates jumped. "This isn't about money, damn it!" I smiled, a thin, dangerous curve. "Exactly, little brother. This isn't about money. This is about betrayal, about what you all did to me, about how you stood by, pointing fingers, while bleeding me dry." The silence that followed wasn't peaceful. It was heavy, sharp, suffocating. They were cornered, and they knew it. Graduation day. My lungs still remember the air that morning, damp with spring rain, heavy with hope. I walked across that stage in my cap and gown, diploma clutched like it was my proof of existence. The crowd cheered, but not for me. My row emptied, students hugging their parents. I searched, I waited. No one came. Hours later, I stood in the parking lot, rain dripping down my collar. My phone buzzed. A photo. My family, gathered around a barbecue pit, celebrating Jace's new car. Laughter, beer, smoke. I wasn't there. They didn't even try. That night, Dad called. His voice was casual, dismissive. "Sure, you got a degree. But you're still a failure, Ethan. You'll never be what Jace is." I felt something inside me break that day. Not just pride, something deeper, something I could never glue back together. And through it all, Mom knew. Her silence was the loudest betrayal of all. I turned to Grace. You want to say it? Or should I? Her mascara-streaked face trembled. Ethan, please, don't, Rowan barked. Say what? What the hell is he talking about? I slammed my palm on the table, the crack echoing. The loans, Dad. The loans taken in my name. The ones you let Jace use while I was struggling to survive. He didn't just ruin his life, he ruined mine. My credit, my future. And you knew. You all knew. Grace broke. Her sobs filled the room, shaking her whole body. Rowan went pale, sweat dripping down his temple. Jace sat frozen, jaw locked, fists clenched like a child caught stealing. You thought I didn't know, I whispered. I've known all along. I just waited for tonight. I wanted to watch you choke on the truth together. The silence after that wasn't silence. It was the sound of their world caving in. Chaos erupted, Rowan shouting, spitting curses. Ungrateful brat! You should be thanking us for raising you, Lyra pointing fingers, her voice cracking. Don't look at me! I told Dad years ago what Jace was doing, and he ignored it. Grace sobbing uncontrollably, begging, praying. Jace just sat there, red-faced, trembling, unable to look me in the eye. I sat in the storm like a man already free. I gave you my silence all these years. Tonight I give you the truth. And the truth is poison, isn't it? Rowan's hand trembled around his glass. You'll regret this, Ethan. Family is all you have. I laughed, hollow and raw. Family? No. You were my cage. The fracture was complete. And for once I wasn't the one bleeding. I stood, the chair scraping the tile like a scream. Grace grabbed my sleeve. Ethan, please. We can fix this. Don't go. I looked at her. Really looked. The woman who birthed me, who also abandoned me with her silence. My voice was ice. No, Mom. You chose them. You chose comfort over truth. You let me drown quietly while you watched from the shore. For the first time in years, my lungs filled with clean air. I felt tall. I felt untouchable. You'll never see me the same again, I said. And I don't need you to. At the door, I paused, turning back one last time. This was never revenge. This was release. You chained me with guilt, and tonight I cut myself free. Their faces blurred behind my tears, but my steps were steady. The night air hit me like baptism, cold, sharp, alive. My phone buzzed, screen glowing in the dark. 15 unread messages. Please answer. We're sorry. Please come back. I stared at the words, my chest heavy, then light. For the first time, their weight wasn't mine to carry. The chain was broken. I walked down that quiet street, the world suddenly vast. The stars looked different, closer, brighter. I whispered to myself, voice trembling but firm. I'm not your disappointment anymore. I never was, and I'll never let you define me again. And for the first time in my life, I believed it.